Pregame audio test. Pregame audio test. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait until we get an audience. Don't want to waste the good stuff. Is that fair? Oh, man. So, did you get here right when you thought you would, or was Drake's late?
We got here early. I assume we were the first one to come up here.
Yeah. I was able to get here earlier because my wife didn't come, and also because last week I had to take Owen to a doctor's appointment at 4:10 after he got off of. So we were at the doctor until like 5 o'clock. And then I went home, and then I had to wait on my wife to get ready. I got there literally at the last second possible. All right, we got some people. You want to make them happy? Let's do that. All right, Hornet fans, welcome to the first Veneta Hornets live football stream of the year. We were happy to be able to bring you a live picture from the Ulaga match, and today you have the hopefully pleasure of watching the game alongside myself, Chris Neal, and my partner in crime, Mr. Taylor Troyer. Taylor, what do you think, man?
I'm very excited to get this new season going. Like you said, it would have been nice last week. It would have been in the battle of the Zach Bryans last week, right? The town he grew up in versus the town he got arrested in.
That's accurate. Unfortunately, the Hornets weren't able to come out on top on that one last week, and it definitely gave the coaching staff a lot to work towards, and the kids a lot to hopefully to mend today. First of all, turnovers. So turnovers, I mean, every coach, every fan, every announcer in history has stressed the importance of turnovers, probably because it has a little bit to do with winning. The Hornets are going to do whatever they can to keep their hands on the ball today. Definitely a point of emphasis in practice this week. Talking to the coaches, that's the number one thing they want to shore up. They did have some positives, though. And Taylor, I know you were at the game, so what'd you see that you liked from the Hornets last week in Ulaga?
Well, one thing I like to see is that they didn't really give up. They kept that fight going throughout the whole game. I thought the trench play was pretty good. Play from the running backs were fine. The play from the edges are fine. So there's some positive from last week to build off on. Like you said, we need to take care of the ball. We need to hold the ball for long periods of time to have a chance to win this game. Because, Chris, and I don't think this is going to be a hot take, I think this is going to be the best team we play all season.
That's fair. Now, this is non-district play, and there's going to be a couple teams in our district that might have a little bit to say about that. I don't think they're going to be slouches either, but the Grove Ridge Runners this year have their eyes on the ultimate prize. They think they have a team that can contend for the state championship, and we're about to see what that football team is all about here tonight. Here at Grove High School in Grove, America. I would say it's a beautiful night. It kind of is. I'm loving the cold weather. How about you, Taylor?
No.
Neither are the Veneta Hornet film crew. We have some high school students up here with us, and they are bundled up like, they're going on one of those sleigh rides in the songs. But I have a light jacket, and I'm enjoying myself. So I say it beats the heck out of 99. The captains are at midfield. So we're about to get this thing underway. The scoreboard says 6 minutes till kickoff.
Yeah, the captains are waiting for the coin toss right now. They've been waiting for a while.
The referees are making sure everyone knows that they're here.
I love you, Messi!
I can't tell if you can tell on stream, guys, but number 3 right there, the first one, that is the quarterback. All right, that's not the tight end. That's not the defensive end. That's not the nose tackle. That is the quarterback.
So players to watch out for. The captains for Grove, number 3, 85, 5, and 75. So let's check the roster. Number 3 is Colby Watson. He's a senior. Number 85, who the Hornets are definitely going to key on tonight. He's a spectacular playmaker for the Ridge Runners. That's Isaac Sheffield. He's a senior. Number 5 is Gavin Wyatt, also a senior. And no surprise, captains are seniors, right? And then number 75 is Xavier Hernandez, and looks like he's representing the line here tonight. He's also a senior. For the Hornets, looks like... Boy, it's tough to see the numbers right now. 77. So we're still learning all their numbers this year. Most of them have the same numbers, but, everything shifts from year to year. 77, that's Uriah Mink. He's a senior. He gets to be captain today, so shout out to Uriah. I hope if you call the coin flip, you call it right.
53.
We have a flip, and the Hornets won. So whoever called it over there, there was some magic there. Looks like we deferred. Looks like 52 called the coin flip. That's Evan Gunn. No surprise, he was able to suss that out. 53 is TJ McDonald. So a trio of Hornet seniors shaking hands with the Ridge Runner captains at midfield. We are 4 minutes from fall football in Grove. Apparently we chose to receive. Surely Grove didn't choose to kick. I thought we deferred, but...
No, we elected to receive, and that was the plan going into it. We're going to want this ball as much as possible to start this game out. We're going to try to bleed this clock out, first down after first down after first down. Hopefully that plan works.
So the Ridge Runners starting the season off with a small snafu on the inflatable helmet, but I'm sure they'll get that sorted out. First game jitters. As far as I know, this is Grove's first game of the season. Is that right?
It is their first game of the season. First game under a brand new head coach, a new look offense, new look defense. This is a new program we're seeing today. We really got to blame the Little League football players for putting that helmet up wrong, right?
They did give the Little League football players credit for helping to put the helmet up, and it's struggling. The helmet is I don't know if we can.
Well, my thing is,
to get that.
The disrespect needs to be as loud as the respect. So you give them props, you should be able to give them shame too.
Oh my! All right. Well, I'm not going to heap it. I'm going to leave the shaming of the 8-year-olds to you, Taylor. We'll just say there was a technical glitch. Here come the Hornets. The road fans and the band cheering them on. All right. We got a football game.
Quarterback's going to be a familiar name from last year. Trey Tanner is going to be a quarterback going in for year number 2 for him. Really, you got to hope he looks a lot more comfortable than he did last year at times, because he didn't have a full offseason last year to prepare to be quarterback. So this is his first full offseason, first full preseason, getting ready to be in that position.
Here come the Ridge Runners. Well, as far as 4A schools go, this is going to be one of the largest disparities in ADM of the season, maybe the biggest. Grove, second largest school in 4A, 773 students a day at Grove High School. Veneta at the bottom of 4A with 391 students. That's definitely that depth that you build, just having a larger student body may come into play here.
You're going to be able to see that in the depth. You're going to see that on the sidelines. You're going to see that everywhere. See it in the stadium even. One thing we didn't mention before the game, our honorary captain today is Scotty B. So Scotty B, he gave a speech pregame, probably very inspirational knowing Scotty, and he also called the very first play of the game today.
Well, you and I both know Scotty pretty well. What do you think he's going to call?
Well, what I told him on the Suburban ride up here, go Victory-O, take a knee. They'll never expect it.
Bold prediction to start our season off. Hey, V for Veneta. We're just giving them a taste of what's to come, right? A little sneak preview of what we hope to be doing in the fourth quarter. Here we go. We're about to kick off this game. And there's the boot. Bit of a line drive. Skip to number 6. That's Isaiah Pogue. And he's going to surge up to the 30-yard line. Way to finish that run strong. Pogue, just a sophomore, but definitely one of the Hornet playmakers to watch today. All right, here we go, folks. Let's see what Scotty B's cooked up for us.
If this play goes for a touchdown, he should call the rest of the game.
I'm with you. All right, here we go. Looks like we're under center. One wide out, left and right. It's a handoff to the fullback. Fullback dive up the middle for 2. Positive yardage on the first play. Jamison Williams with his first touch of the day. And we want to feed that young man, don't we, Taylor?
Oh, absolutely. He showed a lot of promise, a lot of flash last week. He is definitely one of the most athletic kids on this team. We get him going, you never know what will happen.
So we're still in a power formation. 6 Hornets on the line. Fullback, tailback. Fullback again up the middle. There's good surge. And he's going to go for 4 that time. So they liked it so much the first time, they decided to go with it again. And 6 yards in the first 2 carries, so it's 3rd and 4 for the Hornets on their opening drive.
Hey, 3 yards in a cloud of dust. I don't care what it takes, just get us a first down.
All right, well, it's 3rd and manageable. Will the Hornets call a pass play here, or will they try to stay on the ground?
One thing you can notice, we're huddling before every play. We're taking all that play clock down. We want to bleed this out. We want to control the pace, the flow, the possession of this game. 3
seconds on the play clock. False start for the Hornets. We just had to hurry up to the line, just a little slow getting up to the line, and now we go from 3rd and manageable to 3rd and long.
And this is very important. You want to try to stay in front of the chains when you're playing an offensive style like this, when you're trying to control the clock. It's kind of like you're running an option offense, like a military service offense.
Yeah, we had a little military academy flair this morning.
Cannot happen.
Or this evening. So, yeah, you can't shoot yourself in the foot. You got to play disciplined. And the Hornets jumped a little early there. Same formation, been in the whole game. It's a sprint out. Nice pass. He reaches for a first down. I think he's going to be an inch short.
He's short. 4th and inches. All right, this is going to show you. What do you do here? I think you got to go for it.
That was not where he originally spotted the ball. I'll tell you, between where he spotted the ball and it was knocked out of his hands and where they put it on the field, they knocked us back a good half a yard, Taylor.
Looks like Veneta's going to go for it. Let's go, Ridge Runner fans.
I think this is the right call.
All right, here we go.
Whether we get it or not, this is the right call.
6 Hornets on the line. The Ridge Runners go with a big look. They're looking at Jamison right up the middle. It was a fumbled snap. No push that time, and the Ridge Runners are going to get a stop. I don't know if that ball ever got put into Jamison's stomach, but the Ridge Runners definitely were stout up front that time. Nowhere to run for the Hornets, and it's a turnover on downs. But I don't mind the aggressive play calling by the Hornets here. The Hornets big underdogs today. You got to stay aggressive.
Oh, no, yeah, you got to go for it in that situation, and people are going to say, why go up the middle there? But if you're going up against a team that's faster than you, you try to want to go up the middle. You don't want to try to bust down the sides there.
First play of the day for Grove. Handoff up the middle. Big hole. That goes for a first down. It's 12 yards for the Ridge Runners.
Blocking up front. Springs number 5, Gavin Wyatt.
Ridge Runners are very talented on the offensive line. The Hornets have a lot of respect for their run game. We're in a 4-3 base here, which the Hornets traditionally will play a 3-4 base, but clearly there's some concern that they need to be able to set the O-line, and Grove is in a power formation. It's a sprint handoff, 85 with the ball. That's his playmaker, but was that 25? Who's that for the Hornets? Nice play. That's a Ty Purcell, freshman, with great pursuit. Purcell gets the start at linebacker today and showed the moment wasn't too big for him there. That's a 3-yard loss on first down.
That was great team pursuit, great gang tackling there against a very good athlete.
Jamison Williams and the right side of the Hornet defense set the edge, forced him back into the pursuit, and Ty made the play. So that's a hold. Jamison Williams is making an impact on this game so far. Now, number 3 quarterback, man, that guy is a load. What a good-looking athlete running that way. But that's definitely a hold. Jamison just blew that play up with his athleticism, and the Grove lineman just, he couldn't help himself. Caught with his hand in the cookie jar.
It's going to be 2nd and 23 for the Ridge Runners.
All right, so the Hornet defense definitely in an advantageous position here. Let's see if we can prevent a first down conversion, and maybe we can force a punt.
Don't be surprised. You're going to see the secondary play a little back, but you're probably going to see some pressure try to get generated from the edges. Don't be surprised if you see a screen by Grove to try to cheat some yards off this.
There it is. Screen to the playmaker. 85, Sheffield. He's going to be run out after a gain of about 8. Probably leads 3rd and 15 for the Hornets, so we'll take that.
They're still behind the chains. They're still behind the chains. You want to just try to keep them there.
Wi-Fi. Okay, here we go. All right, we're back. Wi-Fi. Okay, here we go. All right, we're back. We lost you for a second about that. The Hornets have forced a 4th and 13 for the Ridge Runners, so big play here. Grove's going to go for it. Too close to punt, too far to kick a field goal. Here it is. Hornets looking to get a stop here. They're going deep. He's open, and it's a touchdown. They're going deep. He's open, and it's a touchdown. What a throw. Number 9. And he didn't have much room, really.
He did a good job. Frank did a good job kind of just keeping the route going. Keeping the route going. The QB did a good job getting out of the pocket, throwing on the run, which is something we've heard that we're going to try to get him to do a lot. We don't want him to stay in the pocket, get comfortable. We want him to get out on the run.
The extra point is good, and the Ridge Runners take a 7-0 lead on a big-time 4th down conversion here in the first quarter. And that was just a inch-perfect pass by the quarterback. He had half a step on the Hornet DBs, and they made the Hornets pay there.
We didn't have bad coverage on that. We didn't have bad coverage. The receiver kind of just kept going a little bit longer than our DBs did.
Well, it forced him to make a perfect throw, and that's exactly what he did. So you got to give it up to those kids. That was a great play by Grove, and you see the talent. You see the talent that everybody's talking about right there. So score 7-0 Grove here in the first quarter, 7:37 to play. Both teams had one possession. The Hornets went forward on 4th and 1, didn't come up with it. Grove took over on the Hornet 40-yard line, and the 1 first down, then the Hornet defense.
Kick return by number 1, DJ Smith.
All right.
Made by number 0, Chase Faith.
That ball took an amazing Ridge Runner bounce. That was scary hours right there. It's going to be 1st and 10 Veneta at their own 27.
I'm having a few problems with the service here, so I am going to try to hook into the Wi-Fi. So if we lose you just for a minute, hopefully we'll be back up with a better stream. There's a shotgun for the first time. Handoff. Jamison breaks one tackle in the backfield, but he's still brought down. Grove is now anticipating the run It's time for us to hit them with a play action.
Williams, tackle made by number 2, Shannon Kerrigan for a 1-yard ball.
Of course, 2nd and 11. It's easier to hit them with play action on 2nd and 5 than it is on 2nd and 11.
Well, yeah, you need to set up play action by setting up your run game. Like, it gets to a point if you do go play action, the run game's really not there. Kind of telegraphs it a little bit.
Well, the Hornets have ran it. They threw one pass. It was 3rd and 9, and they got 8 yards. So it was a nice pickup. Hornet QB. Trey, there's a run by Jamison. He's got room. Good blocking. Jamison saw the lane to the right side of the Hornet line, caved in the left side of the Ridge Runner line, and Jamison sprints out for a gain of 5. That's going to leave us with 3rd and 6 now. So we'll see what the Hornet coaching staff dials up here.
If you're thinking you have 2 downs to get this, you can run almost literally anything you want.
I'm not sure. I guess we might be in 4-down territory. We were last time, so let's see what the Hornets like to do here. Shotgun formation. It's a handoff. DJ, he's got some room, and he is down right at the sticks.
It's the exact same situation.
Wow.
We gave it to us. They gave it to us.
The refs giveth and the refs taketh away. Last time they cost us a yard on the spot. This time they gave us the benefit of the doubt. We'll take it.
That was a great run by DJ. They were just setting up a little sweep out there. It got blown up on that side. He cuts up the middle, gets the first down. That's just great vision right there.
Hey, nice execution by the Hornet blocking and the Hornet play coach, the play caller. Run the ball on 3rd and 6 and pick it up. You got to think, they're pretty proud right there. Here we go. Pistol formation, false start. This is one of those ones where in the NFL they'd say everybody but the center, which probably means the ball needed to be out a little quicker.
Part of me thinks that there's some disconcerting signals on the defensive line. They're trying to simulate the snap counts. There's some talk going on. I think that's why we're jumping. So hopefully the refs see that pretty soon and start calling it the other way.
1st and 15, once again, the Hornets with the procedure penalty, making life tough on themselves. So definitely something we want to smooth out as this game goes along and this season goes along. All right, here we go. Still in the pistol formation. It's been successful. Trey Tanner keeps the ball, and he's got room. And a hold on outside. He just couldn't help himself, and he didn't need to. Trey Tanner.
It's going to be a hold on Zayden now in there. He had good positioning on the block at first. He just held on way too long. And that just happens with wide receivers sometimes, especially on runs going on that end.
Yeah, he wasn't expecting it to be maybe bounced out quite so far. He was on an island, and really it was there, so that's a shame. He's going to learn from that. Zayden's a great kid, plays his butt off all the time for the Hornets. So nobody's going to play harder than him, and he'll make up for it.
It's going to be 1st and 13 for the Hornets at their own 35. So it takes a great play off the board, but it's not one of those absolute backbreakers, right, where it changes the whole drive.
No doubt. All right, here we go. It is 1st and 13. Oh, that one was a little bit of miscommunication. We're trying to make something out of it, and unable to do so.
Standing tackle for loss by Gavin Wyatt.
The Hornet QB turned one way, and the Hornet running back went the other way. This didn't get on the same page there.
Well, Trey was hoping there was going to be somebody at least running a semblance of a route with the botched handoff there. There wasn't anybody, and when any running room was there, just gave up quick.
Well, at that point, the quarterback becomes the running back, and you just have to follow the tailback into the hole and hope you can make something of it. Busted play there. It's 2nd and 15. Back in the pistol. Drag across, looking deep. Oh, just over the outstretched hands of Trevor Moss. And there wasn't much open there, but he did get a hand on the ball. Just a couple of inches too tall.
I'll say, and Grove's doing this because they trust their athletes a lot. They are running a lot of press coverage against our receivers, meaning they're lined up right in front of them. So maybe when you get somebody beat one of them deep, maybe get a big play later in the game.
All right, folks. It's first quarter, 4 minutes, 15 seconds to go. The Hornets trail the Grove Ridge Runners 7-0. Hornets have the ball. It's 3rd and 15. Pistol formation. Handoff to DJ Smith. He bounces it outside. Can't get around the big D end. And DJ has a lot of speed, and number 3 was able to contain him.
And the fact that, one of the reasons why it didn't work this time was because they were in a different defensive lineup, different defensive formation. They had more speed on the field. They had that extra DB in there because it was a 3rd and long. And, they just defended it differently. There was less of a blitz off the edge, so they were able to keep him in front.
Hornet punter Zayden Allen. Hornet punt team. There's good snap. No rush. Big kick. Well done. It's fumbled. It's fumbled. He has lots of time to pick it up. There's a penalty on Grove, so whatever happens here isn't going to stand. There's a laundry list of penalties.
Every ref threw their flag. No one lost a hat yet, but I think there are 3 penalties, and 2 of them at least were on Grove there. There's a hold, and Chris, if that hold didn't happen, that's Hornet ball.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That was one of those ones, the ball's on the ground, and the punt returner took him a long time to pick it up, but his protection, like you said, was locked up with the hold right there. Didn't allow the Hornet coverage team to get on that ball. So I guess you say, good job, kid. We'll take the penalty right there rather than the turnover.
There's also, it looked like a block in the back against Grove, too. And both coaches are getting talked to.
Well,
there's no way this
White
Hat
had a lot to say to Grove, so I'm not sure why. It looked like 3 penalties on Grove, but
it looks like this is going to be offsetting penalties, Chris.
A big thank you to tonight's game sponsor, Trench Brothers.
That's wild. That can't be true. I don't think it's going to be from that. There's no way they can play it from where the ball is. I can guarantee you that. I've watched enough football to know this ball is getting picked up and moved somewhere. All right. They're going to mark it from the furthest penalty. And they're going to mark it at the 29-yard line. So there you go.
So we declined the targeting, accepting the holding. We're accepting the holding because that was the furthest penalty downfield. It's going to be 1st and 10 Grove at their own 29.
So the punt team did its job. It flipped the field position. And let's see if the Hornet defense can get a stop and get us the ball back with a chance to tie this game. So 3:13 to go in the first quarter. Grove 7, Veneta 0. Grove has the ball back.
Grove stacking 2 on the trip side. Maybe watch out for...
Handoff up the middle. And those Grove linemen did a great job of not letting the Hornet defensive line get off the blocks. And that's a lineman's job, is to get tied up with those guys. Don't let them get off the blocks, and don't get called for holding. And there's no penalties on the floor this time, so they did their job really well. Nice hole opened up for the Ridge Runner running back. All right, it's an empty set. They'll probably bring somebody in motion. There he is. And it's a fake. Quarterback up the middle. There's a penalty. I tell you what, the Grove offensive line looks like they got some guys that are playing for NSU or something, honestly. It looks like small college football line. They are really big. And it is a penalty on Grove, so that's going to set them back. The Ridge Runners have been a bit turnover prone here. Or not penalty prone, not turnover prone. Maybe I'm speaking it into existence, Taylor.
Well, hopefully you are. It's going to be 2nd and it says 20 on the video board. It's going to be 2nd and 14 for Grove.
All right, here we go. Shotgun snap. Grove looks to pass. Here comes the rush. Short. There's holding on the edge. He got away with it, though. And The guy who needed to be looking for that block was watching the ball. It happens.
Pass complete.
So far, we're doing a really
Third and
good job.
13. If the Hornets can force a fourth down like they did last time, I think they'll get a punt out of the situation. So here we go. Big play for the Hornet defense here early. 1:47 to go in the first quarter. 7-0. Ridge Runners with the lead. Third and 13. Trips to the left. Here comes the rush. They're going deep. They got a man. Oh, wow. 85. The Hornet D was right there.
Trey Tanner with the pass breakup. That was good recovery because he had his head turned the wrong way, recover back to the right side, broke up that pass.
I tell you what, that quarterback's impressive because that was a 40-yard bomb, and he dropped it right in the bucket again. High boot. Get out of the way, Hornets. Get away from it. And it's down at the 45-yard line.
So we 1st and 10 Veneta at their own 45. This is a prime position to try to make this a game again. I mean, it's a game. I mean, we're only down 7. It's a prime position trying to make a big play, tie this ball game up.
So 1:24 to go in the first quarter. Hornets with the big stop and the ball. Good field position. Looks like one. What is it?
A Ridge Runner.
Looks like one. What is it?
A Ridge Runner ran moonshine.
Wild.
That's
okay.
what a Ridge Runner was.
Interesting. Well,
I just learned this. Athletic director to the Stars, John Treat, Grove legend, Grove native, told me before the game, that's not a bird. That's a bootleg runner.
it looks like a bird, Taylor. I'm not sure if you're pulling our leg here or not.
I'm not pulling your leg.
Well, let's just pretend it is a bird. Do you know what the difference is between a ridge runner and a road runner?
What's the difference?
A ridge runner runs on ridges and a road runner runs on roads. And that's the way I see it.
I prefer my version.
I like it. All right, Hornets have the ball. 44-yard line, pistol formation. It's a handoff to Jamison, and good penetration by the Ridge Runners. No gain for Williams. Nothing there. Nice play by the Grove D line. Got the penetration. There's really nowhere to go. 2nd and 10.
I will say when it comes to name of mascots, though, if you rank them from our schedule, Ridge Runner is going to be up there. Cassia Hall's number one. I mean, Commando.
That's fair.
They're hard to bring down.
Indeed. All right, well, the Hornets are milking the clock. 44 seconds on that clock. Pistol formation, 3 seconds. There's the handoff to Williams. He's got the edge. Nice play by the Ridge Runner linebacker. Cuts him down. Gain of 2, maybe 3. 3rd and 7.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be 3rd and 7 at our own 47. Dagan Hopkins did a really good job setting that edge and not holding, not committing a penalty. That was good.
And the O-line play was one of the highlights, one of the bright spots from the game last week. The Hornet coaches really appreciated the line play. They really felt like the run game had really done a great job, and I think they had over 200 yards rushing against Lulagar. That's going to bring us.
That's going to roll out the first quarter. Score after one is going to be Grove 7, Veneta 0. And honestly, I mean, there's a lot to be happy about with that quarter. We didn't play bad. Grove made that big play. That's really it. And that's the difference in the game, was they've made the one big play. We haven't made that big play yet.
The Hornets are going to have the football to start the second quarter, and we'll be back with you then. It's like dumb they didn't put it in before that room, get that loud on there, do we?
Probably not.
All right, just like my mama's pancakes, we're going to flip the field. Not very far to go, though. Now the Hornets will go west to heck of a throw by the Hornet QB, and really a great effort.
Hornet coaches are upset.
All right, folks. It's 14-0 here in the second quarter, 9:59. Just one tick under 10 minutes to go here in the second quarter. And score 14 Grove, 0 Veneta. There's a fake handoff. The Hornets read that all the way. The playmakers trying to make a play for the Ridge Runners. They drag them down.
Looks like it's going to be about 2nd and 13 for Grove at their own 39.
Great play by the Hornet defense. Let's see if we can't stiffen here.
Best thing we did there is we didn't over-pursue. Over-pursuing there leads to busted tackles, broken tackles, and he could be gone.
All right, well, we have hooked into the Wi-Fi here. Thanks to Grove Public Schools for that, and hopefully that'll fix the buffering issues. 2nd down and 14. Grove QB is back to pass, looking for a man, fires it in, and he's got him. There is a penalty, and the one referee is not wanting to walk down the field. So look right here. See this man? He is not wanting to walk that direction. That means it's on Grove.
There was a lot of extracurriculars after that play, and
I gotta
see that's gonna be watched on film by Grove. I do not want to be that young man watching that film because he's gonna be running a lot.
I don't know.
That was not needed.
He's drawn most of the penalties today. Honestly, same kid. He is a real good-looking athlete, but he's had a few learning moments here today so far. And like you said, the Grove coaches will work with him, try to clean that up. The Hornets will take it though.
I was surprised it was just holding. I thought it was going to be 15.
So that puts them all the way back to the 24-yard line. 2nd and a bunch. And the Hornet linebacker was in that passing lane, and the Grove QB zipped it right past his ear.
Oh, yeah.
What a throw.
The lead got buried there. That was an amazing throw. And, I mean, we pressured him really well. I mean, there's not much more we could have done there. It was just a great play.
You hear the phrase arm talent. This kid has it in spades.
Didn't count, though.
All right, here we go. Bobbled snap. Pass out to the flats. First Hornet misses. Good block for the Ridge Runners. And a real nice pickup. So that they got most of it back.
It was a great individual play by the lead blocker right there in Grove. He
that
took
kid
out
really
about
did make a
4
great
Hornets.
play. 3rd and 13, though, so the Hornets had a little bit of room to play with there. Let's see if we can hold them to a punt. Down 14, 8:33 to go in the second quarter.
I mean, so secret, this ball is going to the air. This ball is probably going to the air deep.
All right, here we go. Shotgun formation. Hornet pass rush. Here he is. Up the middle. They got him. They put him down. Great job by the Hornet D-line. Logan Floyd on one end and Dagan Hopkins on the other. Dagan finishes him off. Great job by the Hornet defense, and they're going to force a punt.
Coach Inyard, I have never seen him come out to the field that fast. He was pumped up after that sack. Massive drive by the Veneta defense. Massive drive. Going to get the ball back, make something happen with it.
Hey, and the Hornets were able to generate pressure with just the 4. So you love that. They didn't have to get away from it, kid. That's going to be a nice roll and a big field position flipping punt there for the Ridge Runners. All the way down the 23-yard line.
That's a 42-yard punt.
Really, the Hornet defense, even on the touchdown drive, they had them in 4th and 14. They played well.
There's really nothing bad to say about how the defense has played so far. Absolutely not. And there's been some good stuff from the offense, too.
Yeah, you're right. The scoreboard just doesn't agree with us, but, there's been a lot to like. There's things to work on, big plays. The one big play, you tip their hat, the block punt, you'd like to see that cleaned up going forward. So the Hornets are going to take over at the 23-yard line. It is a little sugar pass. Does that count as passing stats?
That is a pass. If it's anything moving forward, it's considered a pass.
Well, so Trey Tanner with the completion. DJ Smith picks up 3, and he had one man to beat, and that was a touchdown. The Hornets really did block it up really well.
That was a big play waiting to happen. He just got tripped up.
So you see the big play potential there. And the Ridge Runners made the play, made the tackle in open field, but the Hornets do pick up 4. And if the Hornets could put points on the board and run about 5 minutes off the clock, the coaching staff sure would be happy. Wow, that was a really great play. Wow, Trey Tanner, a really good play by Trey Tanner. Unfortunately, with all the juking, he exposed himself, and Cannon Karaman really with a big hit.
There's going to be a referee stoppage. I mean, when someone gets hit in the head like that, it's going to get stopped nowadays. And he probably came off a little woozy.
So
there's going to be a QB change.
The Hornet QB takes the big hit on the run. Really a nice run. And the shot was to the chest, but the helmet hitting the ground is what they're concerned with there, because that was a hard hit, and Trey couldn't defend himself because he had just made a big juke move, so he was totally exposed. And the Ridge Runner pursuit, I mean, they made a football play. It wasn't anything dirty about it, but it was just a great hit.
We just called a timeout, and I think it was mostly Trey got looked at. It was probably more precautionary than anything. That timeout was probably to just get Trey back on the field. Or if Carson Osborne is the QB for the rest of this drive, call a timeout, get him situated, get him involved in the game.
So a big moment here for the Hornets. It's 3rd and 3, 6:27 to go in the second quarter. The Ridge Runners have a 14-0 lead here on the Hornets. And the Hornets are looking to maintain a drive here and hopefully run out this second quarter by putting points on the board. But first things first, they got to convert on 3rd and short. So nice first 2 plays of the drive.
Those of you pro football fans.
Let's see if we can play it. And it is Trey Tanner back. He's fine.
Chiefs 0.
The ref is the one that told Trey he needed to come out after that big hit. So the Hornet coaches call timeout. Trey's fine. Tough young man. And we got a false start on the edge of the line. And looks like we were coming to the right side, and they knew it. Got a little anxious.
Sometimes with those guard tackle pulls, the movement has to be so quick that you think everything, even on the hard snap's going to be the snap to go on, count to go on.
Well, and the Hornets have a young team. They are going to continue to polish out those rough edges as the year goes on. There are so many key sophomore contributors on this team. So future bright, but there's going to be some growing pains when you're playing the young kids.
I mean, that is a big penalty, though. A 3rd and 2, a 3rd and very manageable, turns into a 3rd and 7.
There's another penalty.
There's a flag.
Delay game. So a penalty on top of a penalty. Maybe we thought they would bump the play clock there. The Hornet coaches are asking, why didn't we bump the play clock? And they did. Yeah. So no penalty. The referees should have bumped the play clock, and they did. There's a handoff to Williams. No, handoff to Colby Vargas. That's a late hit, and the Hornets are going to get a first down. Yeah, that was a late hit on Vargas. The Grove kid was apologetic, but that was not a good play. You got to clean that up. They have to have better discipline. Our kid, Colby, totally defenseless on the ground right there.
Gives us a first down and 15 yards, though.
Penalty is personal foul on the defense.
So the drive is extended.
It's going to be 1st and 10 Bonita at our own 46.
So the Hornets huddle is now 30 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And one of the funniest things you'll ever see. The Hornets run all 30 yards up to the ball. That's what a 15-yard penalty will do to you. There's a bobbled exchange and another good tackle on the edge.
Chris, I'm not going to be surprised if we pull that look off again and you see a fake handoff with Trey keeping that on the edge.
Well, the Grove defensive ends are just real big, good-looking athletes.
I think you're going to see that pretty soon. Because are you seeing how they're pursuing directly just to DJ? They left nobody there.
So we'll see if the Hornets can counter that. 2nd and 13. Vargas in the backfield. There's pulled it. He's got the defensive end to beat and can't. Good play on the edge. And they may have to try somebody else. That kid's making all the plays.
And I don't know if that was a read or if that play just got blown up before we can get the ball handed off.
Well, that was the right read because the running back was blown up, but the quarterback wasn't there either. So that's the problem. The first read wasn't there and the second read wasn't there. So the Hornets with a loss of 2 on the play. Good defensive play call by the Ridge Runners. They had the correct number dialed up to counter that play. All right, here come the Hornets, 3rd and 15. We're down to 4:44. There's a fumble. And I think the Ridge Runners fell on it. So there's that fumbled snap coming back to bite us. And that was the Hornets' kryptonite last week. Was the center quarterback exchange, and they made a big point of emphasis in practice this week. We need to clean this up. And it's been better, but there's been a couple of shaky moments, and that one, snap was a little low, it looked like. Tried to make a play on it, but Grove pounces on it. Now they have the ball going in. There's a handoff up the middle. DJ Smith with the play.
A little bit of a game reset here. It is currently 14-0 Grove. In the second quarter, we have 4 minutes, 10 seconds left to go in this half. Grove has the ball 2nd and 3 at Bonita's 20-yard line.
There's quarterback keep up the middle with a lot of room. And he powers through to the end zone.
Dr. Watson, I presume.
And that's a touchdown for the Ridge Runners with the piped-in stadium noise. You know, the crowd's doing a pretty good job of cheering. I don't know why they have to play obnoxious crowd noise from their speakers.
I don't understand the Toby Rowland voiceover either. If you have the money, spend it.
All right, Mike. All right, extra point comes. And it is up and good for the Ridge Runners. So that's 21 for the Ridge Runners now, 0 for the Hornets. 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. And it's just been big plays, you know, really. The fumbled snap, the blocked punt, and then the long touchdown on 4th and 13. And that's 21 points for the Ridge Runners. And that QB is a load. And
I bet if you looked at the time of possession, it is heavily skewed in Bonita's favor right now.
Scoreboard says Grove 21, Bonita 0. So, unfortunately,
that's what I'm saying. It's the big plays that Grove's been able to do, that they've been able to force, that we haven't.
DJ Smith as a Vargas. Correction, kicking off for the Ridge Runners is Bessie Hernandez.
all right, here we go. After the kick out of bounds, they bring in the backup kicker. It's shorter, but right down the middle. The Hornets are waiting for a block. Vargas finds one up to the 28-yard line.
That was good patient running by Colby there. He was about to outrun his blockage. 3:54 left to go in the half. Chris, some points on the board, a massive momentum shift heading into half. Make it 21-7, make it manageable going into halftime, and just let the die roll from there.
Hey, I'm on board. Let's do it. So the Hornets are hoping to put together a drive, run down the last 3:54 on the clock for the second quarter.
Because it feels like we've been close. We've been close to a big play happening. We've been close to something really good happening.
All right, we got twin receivers right and left. There is a flag. Big play opportunity on the edge. That's why we run that play. But the referees didn't like what they saw from the Hornet line.
That flag was immediate. And if it's a holding, it's almost like, how do they even have time to hold?
Right. We'll see what it was. We're looking for the indication. It is holding, like you said. They threw that flag within about half a second of the snap. The quarterback only held the ball for half a second. That is the quickest hold I've ever seen in my life.
That's what the Vanita coaches are wondering about. They're not too happy.
I'm not saying it wasn't a hold. I'm just saying that's quick. You wouldn't expect to get a holding call on an immediate screen out to the flat.
Especially if it's in the middle of the line. You almost never see that.
All right, here we go. 1st and 20. There's the handoff. And the Ridge Runner's ready for that. That went nowhere.
It's going to be a first down for Vanita.
Well, Grove has played past the whistle a few times, and he had something else to say to him.
We're going to have an ejection.
It's not good sportsmanship. He played past the whistle, and he had a little extra to say to the referees, and that'll be a learning experience for that young man. That should be 30 yards of penalties. We'll find out.
Yeah, well, one was live ball, one was dead ball, so it'll be 30.
Well, that's a big momentum shifter for the Hornets. Let's see what we can do with it. And I think that 34 is at least possibly going to be ejected from this game. The officials are going to have a talk with them. And like I said, learning moment for that young man. All these kids are just out here, competing, trying to do their thing.
It's going to be 1st and 10, Vanita. They did not reset the chains yet. They need to do that.
They did not give us 30 yards either. So they're just giving us the one penalty. You'd think a dead ball penalty, they ought to give you both penalties.
And they haven't even reset the chains yet either.
Looks like they're going to mark off another 15. Yeah, the Hornets were ready to go. We're excited to snap this ball. We had the same formation of the screen pass. And boy, I'd like to see, now that we've shown it, a fake, a fake and go.
There goes 15 more. The long walk to the 47-yard line.
All right, so penalties have really hurt the Ridge Runners, but the scoreboard says they've been able to fight through those penalties. The Hornets need to make them pay. They need to make them pay. So 3:13 to go in the second quarter. Grove 21. Vanita 0. Ball almost at midfield. 1st and 10 Hornets.
We're showing 2 high stacks on both sides. We haven't shown that look yet today.
This was the screen pass. There it is. That was the screen pass again. So that was the screen pass earlier where they called the holding penalty on us after 1 second, I think. And that time we tried to go to the other side, and the ball was deflected. The ball didn't come out of his hands quite as quick that time, and the Grove defense got down the field.
Well, the problem is on this side, you have a 6'4" DN. On the other side, you have a 5'10" DN.
Yeah, the ball wasn't going to be thrown over that kid. He is just made every play today. And kudos to Grove for finding that young man because he's a talent. All right, here we go. Handoff up the middle, doesn't go anywhere. There's a timeout called by Grove.
That's smart. It's going to be a 3rd and long situation. The clock's running down.
2:58 on the clock.
You know, guarantee yourself probably some time to score again before the half.
So the Hornets just got to make them pay, right? Convert the 3rd down. Make them pay.
First quarter definitely went a lot quicker than the second has.
Well, it's been a slog of penalties in the second quarter, and that really slows things down. But for the most part, the refs have just called the game.
Oh, there's really been no controversial calls. Not really even that many no calls. It's been a well-officiated game.
Which means that the teams have been a little undisciplined. That's probably a kind way of saying it.
Well, we haven't had a personal foul.
That's true. The Hornets have a couple of procedure penalties, a holding penalty, but besides that, it's been pretty clean. All right, so the Hornets have 4 receivers, and it is a handoff and a fumble. Vargas was hit in the backfield, couldn't hang on to the ball, and there's a turnover.
Fumble caused and recovered by number 3.
And turnovers have bit the Hornets again this week. That's 2 weeks in a row. And the Hornets are really going to find it tough sledding if we're going to turn the ball over that much. So we've put our defense in a tough position here. And we'll see if the D can hold and keep this a 3-score game. That was really good penetration on that play by the Grove defensive line. And the Hornet running back was just hit as soon as he got the ball. All right, Grove comes out. 6 men across the line. Man in motion. It's a fake to him. They're looking for it all. Down the middle. It's short. Good play at the last second. I may not have caught that. As number 4.
That'd be Carson Osborne with the pass break up there.
He was a little lost, but at the very end, he made a ball play and broke up the pass.
And for him, I mean, not really lucky for him, but good for him. That ball was a little underthrown, helped him out a lot.
Yeah, it did. A lot of times when the ball's that underthrown, the DB is going to get a pass interference. So he did a good job of making the play right when the ball arrived. So 2nd and 10. That's going to be a handoff up the middle. And that's a nice run by the Ridge Runners.
Zayden Allen and Colby Barges teamed up for the tackle there.
And that'll be 7. It'll be 3rd and 3. The down marker is digital, and I like it. The Grove has a lot of fancy toys here tonight.
I'm an old school guy when it comes to chains. I'm old school.
Nice fake and quarterback keeper up the middle. That went for 8 yards for the Ridge Runners, and they're in business with 2:08 to go.
And the longer this game goes on, the harder it's just going to be to bring that man down.
Good enough for another Ridge Runner.
All right. It's glad to know that the first downs have sponsors. All right, so Grove has the ball. Looking for a pass. Man out in the flat, completed. That's inbounds, and the clock's going to run. 1:45 and counting. A 6-yard play. We'll see if the clock becomes a factor. With 1:37, it may not.
I don't see it becoming a factor here. They're further down the field enough that it shouldn't be. We got, 1:25 left in the game, and they do have a timeout.
So here we go. 2nd and 5, 1:21 and counting. There's a snap. They're looking for a screen pass, and it's dropped. It was dropped, right? All right, there it is. Now the whistle.
Got a late whistle.
Pass incomplete. Finally shuffled.
All right, so 1:13 to go before halftime. Still a 3-score game, 21 for Grove, 0 for the Hornets. Grove trying to drive after a Hornet turnover. It's 3rd and 5. We'll see if the Hornet defense can get a big stop here. 1:13 on the clock. Hornet defense has really been pretty good, honestly. There was a fumbled snap.
It was a false start before the botch snap.
False start first, and so that's going to make it 3rd and 10.
Those people starting the offense.
The definite bright spot of this game so far has been the Hornet defense. They're starting to get tired. There's definitely a depth advantage for the Ridge Runners. Being a much larger school, they have at least twice as many football players on the sidelines today. So that probably will come into play here. Veneta has a lot of kids playing both ways. They're going deep. That might be a pick. Oh, buddy. That ball just sailed.
Carson Osborne and Isaiah Pogue on the coverage.
It looked like Isaiah had a beat on it, and that ball just got over his head and was almost completed. And that brings up a 4th and 10.
I will tell you, Carson Osborne has been a very big bright spot so far in this first half. He's been really good at DB.
That's another sophomore, and like we said earlier, there's so many sophomores playing key roles. That was 2 sophomores in coverage there. Sophomores on the D ends, sophomore at D tackle. Really just a young group of kids out there playing their guts out and doing a good job of holding the Ridge Runners down, considering all the turnovers. You know, the Hornets have kind of shot themselves in the foot. So if you're just joining us, Grove, 21 points. One of them was a 35 or so yard touchdown strike on 4th and 14. So the Hornets had held them to a 4th down. The Ridge Runners elected to go for it, and it was just a perfect throw, perfect catch. Besides that, we had a punt blocked for a touchdown, and then we had a fumble on our own 20-yard line that the Ridge Runners turned into a touchdown 2 plays later. So really, the Hornet defense has been stout, but we just put ourselves in too many bad positions to be in this ball game.
I'm not really understanding. The Grove coach is very upset. He's been on the field talking to the rest for a while. I don't know if he wants a DPI called on the from the last play.
You can't
arguing about that.
There's no way.
I don't know what's going on here.
That can't be it. You can't argue. Well, first of all, it wasn't pass interference.
It might be the play clock or the game clock. I don't know. Wasn't some more time put on? I have no clue what's going on. But this is a long pause.
I've watched enough football that I feel like I would have known if there was something funky, you know, and that was just a normal ho-hum play. Not sure what there is to discuss for this long, but must have missed something. The Hornet coaches are saying, let's go. I don't believe the referees actually have to sit here and listen to him until he stops for a breath. Now the referees are discussing what he has to say.
Mary Hill, 7. For Gibson, 7.
I'm going to say that the Grove coach could possibly have a point. Otherwise, why are the officials talking about it so long? I just don't know what his point is.
And,
the white hat
and after all that, we get nothing.
Well, you kind of figured that was going to be the result. Here we go. It's 4th down. The Hornets are looking to make a stop here. Shotgun. Hornet pass rush. They're going for a screen. It is set up. What a good play call. And that's going in for a touchdown. So really nice play call dialed up by the Grove coaching staff. A big pass rush. They just lured him in and dumped it right over the top. And there was nothing but green And I think you could have run that one in, Taylor.
I don't think I could have. I would have died at the 10.
And, of course, you know, I'm never going to be okay with the piped-in fan noise from the Grove scoreboard. I don't understand it.
I do like a good light show, though, Chris.
And kick is good, so the Grove cashes in, and that's the second time they've converted a touchdown on 4th and a bunch. So the Hornets are just a smidge off from being right in this ballgame. That was a perfectly
executed screen. It absolutely was. And you know what? They had 14 minutes to draw up the play. So maybe that was all part of the scheme.
Well, that was like you said, really well executed by the Grove football team. Nice screenplay, perfect call at the perfect time, and they were able to go in for the touchdown. So
I'm just disappointed there's no cannon that gets shot off after every score. You know, I'm just disappointed when it comes to that. They have the pageantry and everything else. Go to Cleveland. Remember Cleveland last year? Grab their cannon and just bring it over here.
Well, I mean, at least they could get like a big train whistle or something, right? I hate those things, by the way.
Let's go. No, cannon is better than train whistle. And
I'll give you that. I'm on Team Cannon. I'm with you.
Cowbells?
And look,
cowbells.
Maybe it's
they
just
need cowbells.
PTSD from living in Veneta, but I don't need that train whistle. Hold the ball tight, young man. That was scary. Return by DJ Smith. He does hold on to the ball. So the Hornets are going to get it back with 41 seconds on the clock. There is a slight breeze, but the flag on the field
is still there,
motionless. So I don't think the wind would really affect any field goal attempt. 41 seconds. The Hornets have a long ways to go before they could really be thinking about that. All right, here we go. It's twins left and right. Pistol formation in the backfield. There's a handoff. Grove just brought an extra man off the edge, and he made the play. So the Hornet blocking scheme is going to have to adjust to the Ridge Runners formation. Otherwise, in this quarter, you have to say there's been a lot of plays where there's been incredible penetration in the backfield.
They're starting to stack the box more and more. They know we want to run the ball.
That's going to be
we're going to bleed out the rest of this clock. So that's going to end the first half with the score Grove 28, Veneta nothing. And that's not the score you want, obviously. I mean, it's a little misleading. It seemed like this was a competitive game not 3 game minutes ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, play here, play there, and it's a different story. But at the end of the day, it's Grove 28, Veneta 0 here at halftime. And, hey, we're just going to keep it rolling here, and you guys can enjoy the pageantry of the Grove halftime. Looks like we got the cheerleaders out there for a dance. The Grove band is going to play. That'll be a treat.
I bet there's going to be some type of drone show.
A drone show. That would be something.
Maybe.
Hey, I'm here for that.
The drone show just be drones of a moonshine car in the sky.
All right, folks. We're going to sign off for a little bit and just let you enjoy the halftime show. Once again, score at halftime. Grove 28, Veneta 0. You the statistician?
Just for the radio guys downstairs. You guys are doing a good job. It always sucks when there's not room in the press box. We actually did our final playoff game in the stands. Yeah. So you had a couple today.
I'm glad you guys have a reason for it.
Yeah, actually, this is probably my favorite restaurant. Not just because it's all some others, it's pretty hairy. I can't remember somewhere in Tulsa. You rarely even have a fence or wide open.
Oh, yeah.
By the time we play those guys, it's already cold and it's windy. Yeah, you guys are doing great.
And the band here is a treat. You guys, road band's always really impressive. So.
We're a little low this year. We've been doing this a couple of years. Not too shabby. It's way different than when I was in high school. I mean, they do stuff. Props. Every season, how special this has been. I just made my own draft of whenever that little stuff is. That'd be great. Because it ties into Max Prep.
Yeah.
Get these guys exposure. I mean, if we had a special guy.
Well, you already have a first down sponsor. Just get second down sponsor to buy.
I'll get to working on that. I mean, we do have a new coaching staff this year. Maybe we should just ask for the drive.
Yeah. Right.
You got to win a few games first.
I think you're going to win a lot of them.
I hope so. I feel pretty good about this year.
Tell you what, that QB sure looks a good-looking kid.
Yeah, I wish I knew where all these guys came from. I'm just not in the loop with that kind of stuff. Our lead radio guy would know that. You know, I just got this gig with a lady at church. That's how I ended up there. But I really love it. Several years ago, they had a really good stud, Emmanuel Crawford. I wish I would have seen him play. Because Sheffield's pretty special. Yeah, that quarterback. I don't know. Look at his arm. It's a little weak today. He's kind of floating up a little bit. I mean, he's getting it down there. I don't know.
He's been impressive to me.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't say that on the radio.
That's where you think that they get. No, not
No,
saying
I
it
don't
for you.
know. It kind of looked like he was getting a little air under those deep ones. Sheffield could
He's knocking one in the bucket, though. So
Yeah.
that was really impressive.
Sheffield's real good at adjusting that number 85. But, I mean, that got big heat. Well, everybody's going to be a little rusty.
Oh, yeah.
I shouldn't be too judgy.
All right, so the Blue Pride show, pirate themed, still working on getting the whole show installed. So there'll be more to come from the Blue Pride. But great job tonight. The drum majors, Zarek Hitchcock and Isaac Burks. And looked like we had a solo on saxophone from Lily Grossman, who is also a cheerleader. So great job by Lily. And I think there might have been a solo by Riley Brown on clarinet as well. And maybe have a couple more solos too. I'll try to catch them next time. All right, so we're going to watch the Grove Band, and they're always a treat, so I think you're going to enjoy it. Hey, scenic shorelines.
Yeah.
Maybe come back like 2 minutes before the
ambulance and make sure you can stay with it. Good luck this season. Go Braves.
Here at Grand Lake, community comes first. At Bank of Grand Lake, we're more than just we're your neighbors, your friends, and your partners. With decision-making made local, we're here to support you. The only locally owned bank in the Grand Lake area, dedicated to serving you. Bank of Grand Lake, your local bank. People are
Welcome to Rancho. Hey, what do I love about Rancho? I love the cowboy fajitas, the queso, and everybody's favorite, chicken and the lean. And my favorite things there are going to be the pollo bonito, the guadalajara, and the moco jefe.
My favorite thing to get from Rancho in Grove, Oklahoma is the Emily Special extra.
Why don't you come down to Rancho today and get some of the greatest food in the world? What happens when you don't local? How businesses grow.
I was with them until the very end of that.
I love Rancho.
Yeah.
Have you ever had it?
Our first responders.
It's better than
Their support.
It's good.
Our families flourish. Our community thrives. To local bank. A bank that answers when you call.
Trench Brothers Graphics, located at 407 South Main Street in beautiful downtown Grove, Oklahoma, specializing in screen printing and embroidery. Trench Brothers Graphics also offers signs, banners, posters, and beautiful graphics. From big orders to small, Trench Brothers Graphics can do it all. Stop in and check out our showroom featuring a full line of retro printer and system apparel, late life gear, and so much more. Trench Brothers Graphics, 918-964-9608.
B&B Heat and Air has been a proud supporter of the Grove Ridge Runners for decades. And the B&B team's been serving homeowners in and around the Grove for over 35 years. We take a lot of pride in the amount of positive reviews we've received from so many satisfied homeowners. We love being a part of this community. Thank you for trusting B&B Heat and Air when your home isn't comfortable, regardless of the season. If you ever have problems with your heating, cooling, or plumbing, we hope you'll call the company that's been serving you for decades. Call B&B Heat and Air so we can help you.
At Grand Savings Bank, we're committed to supporting and growing with our communities by sponsoring local teams and offering a comprehensive suite of financial services, all tailored to meet your needs. Join us in supporting our teams and experience banking to help you live grand. Member FDIC, equal housing.
All right, folks. The Hornets are re-entering the arena here in Grove, America, and you gotta love the pageantry of high school sports. How about the halftime tonight, Taylor?
It was good. They ran out of time for the drone show, which is disappointing.
Well, maybe next
week. But halftime was good.
You got to say we had Pirates, we had Space.
We did not have Space Pirates, though.
Well, I hear Inola maybe going that direction, so maybe wait a few weeks. Who knows?
Some things you want to see in the second half. Obviously, points on the board.
Right.
That's the main thing, right? Points on the board.
Yes.
You want to keep on fighting. You want to keep on being competitive. The odds of coming back from this halftime deficit aren't great, right? Aren't great. But you still want to see them fight. You want to see points put up on the board. Because honestly, I mean, when we played these guys last year, and Grove, in my opinion, is a better team now than they were then.
Yes.
I think we've been playing them better than what we did last year.
Yeah.
Don't you agree?
No, I
Especially
agree. Year to
defensively.
year, you definitely see some improvement. I mean, obviously, the coaches are going to want 0 turnovers in the second half. I mean, if we could get through the second half with 0 turnovers, we'd really start to maybe turn the corner here. Obviously, we like to make a ball game of it. You want to keep everybody healthy. It's a long season, you know. If we can get a stop and get a score, you know, you start to think, okay, maybe we can make a ball game of this. If it gets out of hand, then you want to see young guys, you know, get in there and start to get some playing time so we can start developing that depth. And you want to see good sportsmanship, kids having a good time. Look, high school sports is supposed to be fun. It's not near as fun when it's the scoreboard says 28-0. But
that's the thing. I mean, honestly, in the halftime locker room, who do you think got yelled at more, Benita or Grove? I honestly would put some good money on Grove got yelled at more.
Yeah, I'd say you're right, especially with all of the personal foul turnover penalties on Grove. A lot of poor discipline on their part, but the talent gap and the mistakes, the self-inflicted wounds, were enough to tilt the scoreboard in their favor.
And it started showing a lot more towards the end of that half there. I mean, it was 14-0 midway through that second quarter.
Gosh.
With Benita having chances to do something, and either a botched snap, procedure penalties, or a fumble kept that from happening.
I'm going to have to start bringing earplugs to these games if we keep having places with scoreboards like this.
Well, Crazy Train, you know, R.I.P. Ozzy, you got to play it. Top Ozzy Osbourne songs. What do you got?
I'll hear your list. Go ahead. I defer to you on this one.
My favorite's War Pigs. Then you have Mom, I'm Coming Home. Then you have Crazy Train.
Which one is the one that the bat dies for?
What, with the bat, with the head of the bat?
Yeah.
I'm not much of an Ozzy knower to tell you that.
Oh boy, I don't know. The referees huddling at midfield.
My thing is, you hear him sing. Coherent, right?
Yes, sir.
You hear him speak. Life got to the man.
Completely intelligible. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sharon! Sharon!
Oh, man. I tell you what. You know, we're having a good time. It's football in America. It's high school sports. It's life in 2025. Why not have a good time out here? Cheer on the kids. You know, scoreboard, schmoreboard. That's what I say. Let's have a good time in the second half. Let's cheer for these Hornets. They're going to go out there. They're going to put it all on the line. And who knows? I mean, we still got a whole half. Let's try to shock the world. Why not? You don't bother to take the field if you're not trying to win, right, Taylor?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed halftime. And we're going to bring the second half to you here from Grove, America. It looks like they're going to put 12 minutes on the clock yet again, Taylor. So far, we're 3 for 3. All right, the Hornets are going to kick.
Zayden Nowlin's going to be kicking it off for the Hornets.
We brought tag team back into this. Whoop, there it is. All right, Hornets going to kick. It's Zayden Allen. Zayden's going to do a deep onside here. Looks like he's aiming to the left. No, aiming to the right. He switched it up. Fair catch. Taking it to 33.
Actually, Zayden has a leg to go further, but there is a lot of speed, a lot of athleticism on their return tee from Grove. You know, get the guaranteed yardage. You know they're not going to score on a pooch kick like that.
All right, so we'll see what the Hornet defense has to offer to the Ridge Runners here. Looks like we're going to start out in a base 4-3 again. Logan Floyd, Will Fulbright, looks like Victor Gomez, and Jamison Williams across the front.
Jamison Williams being able to come back in the game is huge. He missed a lot of the second quarter.
I think that's Victor Gomez there. Up the middle for the Ridge Runners. Strong run. Logan Floyd hanging on by an ankle.
Carried by Gavin Hyatt for 6.
That might have been Fulbright. Or Gomez, my bad. 78. That was Gomez hanging on by an ankle. Hey, that's kudos to Logan Floyd. He's bulked up so much that I'm mistaking him for Gomez out there. So good for him. Logan's one of those young kids that bright future. And it's really played well so far today. So it's 2nd and 3. Shotgun formation. Stack. And they throw it to the stack. Nice move.
Looks like Carson Osborne and Kobe Barges on the tackle.
Osborne had his hand on the football, trying to rip it out, but strong hands by Sheffield. So that's a first down for the Ridge Runners. Right at the 49-yard line.
The Trench Brothers graphic first down.
All right, so here we go.
This is the
empty set, so they're going to put a man in motion. There he is. And it's a fake to him. Up the middle again. Colby Vargas with the big hit. Tips him over after 4 yards. And the Ridge Runner QB has what? 80 pounds on Vargas? What do you think?
Oh, 80, but that's the wrestler in him. He got low.
Vargas is a tough kid.
Second down.
Tough kid. He was a little shaken up last week, but he's back in there. And made that play right in the middle with the Ridge Runner QB with a full head of steam. And like I said, about an 80-pound advantage on that. So physics was not in his favor. There's a long pass. He's open. He got between the Hornet coverage and the safety that time.
Honestly, Chris, you can say that's really the first time you can say our coverage just got flat out beat on a play.
That 32-yard gain.
That's a nice long play. The Ridge Runner QB is going to flash that arm talent again. All right, here we go. The Ridge Runners are down to the 13-yard line. It's a first down. The Ridge Runners have a 4-touchdown lead. They're looking for 5. Broken tackle in the backfield. Big cut, but couldn't get away.
Cut he really didn't even need to make.
From Carson.
He had another 5 yards easy. He was looking for that touchdown.
So we had a shot at him in the backfield. When we couldn't make that play, then there was a big hole. And we're down to 2nd and 3. Handoff to number 5. Runs through an arm tackle. Stood up there by Logan Floyd and by Dagan Hopkins.
I'm liking what I'm seeing from Dagan today. He's playing a good game.
He's been active. You know, a lot of the Hornets play both ways, and, you know, as time goes on, it's just hard to make these plays. You know, it just wears on you a little bit. And so
It's going to be 3rd and inches for the Ridge Runners.
you like when you see the depth flash there. Dagan Hopkins comes in at defensive end, another sophomore. Feel like I said that all night. There it is up the middle, and he's through to the end zone. Nice blocking by the Ridge Runners. And the Grove QB, he's a Ferrari. He drove right down the middle of the field there. We got a penalty on the Grove sideline. A sideline warning on the Ridge Runners.
Flag is sideline warning on the Ridge Runners.
And as they say, you can't do that. Extra point. That's good yet again. And that makes the score Grove 35, Bonita 0, 8:57 to go here. So Grove goes right down the field and cashes it in on their first drive. And that was the first drive in a long time that the Hornet defense didn't really have an opportunity to make a stop.
Well, like I said earlier, it's just going to get harder and harder to bring that guy down. He's just that big. He's a load to bring down. The longer this game goes, the more tired we get, harder it's going to be.
Well, thanks everybody for joining us. Taylor and I are going to keep you company all season, and hopefully you like hanging out with us. We like hanging out with each other, so can't help but have fun. We'll see what the Hornets can offer here. First possession of the second half. High kick. That's nicely placed. And great play by Isaiah. What a nice kick, though.
That was scary.
Yeah,
scary.
Pogue had to go up and make a play, almost like he was on an onside kick team trying to make a play with the defense coming in on you.
It's going to be 1st and 10, Bonita at their own 28.
All right, so here come the Hornets. Trey Tanner back, pulling the levers of the Hornet offense. We're going to go 5 across on the line. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Shotgun formation, 1 back. Handoff, goes to Vargas. And just couldn't get it blocked up. There's no hole there. And Vargas is going to get pulled down. And the Hornets just haven't had enough of a passing game to keep them honest.
No, they're loading up. They're stacking the box. They're begging us to throw the football.
Well, and the Hornets, obviously, we want to stick with our game plan. We want to run the ball. It's 35-0. You're not going to get it all back in one play. But it's going to be hard to generate offense when the Ridge Runners just don't respect the passing game. You may have to throw it a little bit is what I'm trying to say. And there is the screen, and it's there. Big play opportunity. Vargas gets the first down. Great play call by the Hornets. Good blocking on the outside by Nowlin.
I think that's our largest play of scrimmage today.
Well done by the Hornets on the screen, using the Ridge Runners' aggressiveness against them. Out in front on that was Dawson Henderson and Trapper Christie. Great job blocking up that screen. Like I said, Zayden Allen on the edge. And great job by the Hornets, first down at the 42-yard line, and we're in business. And just like the Hornet coaches said we needed to do this week, we just need to work on us. So
it's going to be offsides against Grove.
There you go. That's the first time the line of scrimmage penalty has gone against them and not us. So good job by the Hornets drawing them off.
So now 1st and 5. You can do anything you want here. You feel really comfortable running the ball in any situation right now.
I do think you run the ball here. 1st and 5. We have a great chance to pick up a first down. Looks like it's going to be a screen pass, and he missed him. So just sprayed it just a little outside his reach. DJ Smith thought he was going to run for a while, too. So too bad we couldn't quite hook up on that one. It's going to be 2nd and 5, so still in a good position. Just like to have had positive yardage there. Hopefully that won't come back and bite us in the hiney. All right, up to the line. Looks like we're going 5 across again. Same formation. It is a fake. Trey Tanner's got the ball. Good block on the outside. Oh, and a shoestring tackle. Did you see the block on the edge by the Hornet receivers?
Oh, yeah. That was great blocking on the edge.
Was
there.
that Isaiah Pogue down there?
Isaiah Pogue.
Woo, what a block.
It looked like DJ too as well.
So,
Trey was inches.
Oh my goodness! A shoestring tackle there.
Away.
The Hornet, he was going to run for 40 yards. 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2 maybe. So it's 4 down territory, no doubt about that. Ball's on the 50-yard line. So the Hornets will probably run it here. Next 2 plays.
Bringing everything up the middle.
Oh no! Everything, and it's Grove ball, I think. Did we get on
there's flags, and I have no clue what they could be for.
Well, it was a little bit afflicted from the start. So they're going to push us back. We're
saying incomplete pass, but I think it would have been backwards, so I'm not real sure. It's going to be Grove ball.
Down Grove, they're calling a fumble. Personal foul chop block, but it was a fumble recovered by Grove. Yeah, okay.
The penalty is a chop block on Bonita and declined by Grove, and the Ridge Runners will take over on Bonita's 39-yard line.
Unfortunately, that play was a bit of a disaster from the get-go, and it ended up with the turnover again. And, you know, I don't have an official statistician sitting to my left, so I'm just going to have to wing it. Maybe 4 turnovers, 5 turnovers for the Hornets?
I think 4.
Too many. That'll be something we'll continue to work on, continue to try to clean up. And the Hornets will never be able to see what their potential is until they can, really cure the turnover problem that's been plaguing them through 2 games. All right, Ridge Runners take over. They're up by a bunch. Here comes the rush. There is another strike and a touchdown for the Ridge Runners. Grove QB stepped up in the pocket and dropped another one in the bucket.
Bryson Richardson. Outstanding protection and nice ball by Colby Watson. Dr. Watson on the
We got good pressure on the edge. We kind of just over-pursued it.
Right. Well, the QB had great pocket presence right there. He felt the pass rush was coming high, so he just stepped up in the pocket, and the rest of the pocket held really nicely. And the Ridge Runners had a receiver running free deep in the secondary. He didn't miss him. And he really hasn't missed much of anything tonight. If there's an open receiver, he's putting it on him.
One bad throw? Really? That's really, honestly. And it really wasn't even that bad of a throw.
Well, that's not the start the Hornets wanted.
correction on the touchdown. The touchdown was by Briggs.
So I really think those first 2 drives here really do change the complexion of the second half.
Well, now you're hoping to get out of this healthy. You're wanting to get experience.
The clock can't tick fast enough now here. Hornet kickoff team is out there. There's a big hole between Carson Osborne and looks like Isaiah Pogue, and that's exactly where the Grove Ridge Runner kicker put it last time. And he'll probably try to hit the G again. What do you think?
Well, we're moving in.
the Hornet coaches tell the deep guys to realign so we don't have that same situation, and I think that's a good idea. It's a little shorter. Carson makes the catch. We just didn't have a whistle there. It's not anybody's fault.
It was kind of, he did call for the fair catch. It was kind of it was a different way of doing it. It's kind of delayed.
Well, the Hornets will take over at the exact same spot. 33-yard line. Okay, so you're looking to get some positive momentum, you know, something to watch on film and feel good about. Kids are, you know, young team. It looks like Carson Osborne may be the play caller. So Trey Tanner's going to be protected here, and I like that. Let's let the kid in here. There's nothing to be gained or lost at this point. So, tough snap, and it's going to be recovered by the Ridge Runners.
Fumble recovered by number 2, Kenny Kierman. Ridge Runners have the ball back.
So that center exchange still wreaking havoc for the Hornets.
Now, interesting to see who Grove trots out at QB.
They got to make a change,
well,
right?
I don't see a 6'4" person in the huddle currently. No, yeah, he saw it there.
At this point, maybe they want a few more snaps. It's their first game of the season. Still trying to work out some kinks, maybe. Maybe
it was also a quick change of possession, too.
Maybe they're just trying to, and he's running. See, I don't love it.
I wouldn't want the extra hits on him.
Yeah, but I don't love it.
Quarterback keeper by Colby Watson.
They have every right to keep that kid in the game. I'm not saying it's bad sportsmanship, but
that's a James Stonebarger sighting.
There you go. Let's go Stoney. Let's see.
I think I see
other
Chris
changes.
Pesic.
Looks like we still have most of our starting defense in the game, so
we're calling timeout.
They're still playing. All right, so we're going to talk about it. The Hornet coaching staff is definitely not mailing in this last opportunities to get reps against top quality opponent. You know, they're going to have some good film. These kids are going to be able to learn a lot from this last quarter and a half.
Well, there's nothing to be dismayed about. Obviously, you want to win the game. You wish this would have gone differently, been more competitive longer. I said at the beginning, I think this is going to be the best team we play all year. I'm going to stand by that.
Well, their O-line, they look like college football players. Their quarterback looks like a college football player. Their best receiver looks like a college football player.
He's got a little... I mean, I'm not a scout. I'm not going to make this direct comparison. He kind of reminds me of A.J. McCarron a little bit. Old Alabama quarterback. Just his height, just his size. Doesn't love to move, but can.
All right. Here we go. In motion. It's a backwards pass. Look for a double. That's interesting. So maybe they're just putting a little stuff on film for their next opponent, making them have to worry about a couple other formations.
Tackled by number 6, Isaiah Hogue of Bonita.
Maybe digging in their playbook a little bit.
Well, they're wanting to see some things that maybe they haven't had to work out in a game or scrimmage type situation yet.
So 3rd and 4. Hornet defense looking to get out the field. Handoff up the middle. Floyd gets pulled down for first down. Strong run by the Ridge Runner running back. Nice blocking up front by that big O-line.
Carry by Gavin Wyatt. That 6-yard carry, good enough for another Ridge Runner.
Got Dawson and Will Fulbright in there battling those guys. Our defensive line is going to stack up well against a lot of teams. but we don't stack up very well against the Missouri Southern Lions or whatever they got rolling out here today here in Grove, America. Nice play by Vargas. Oh, good run, but Hopkins, there's a flag.
I don't think that's a flag. A kid threw something on the field.
Okay, peripheral vision. You're right. How about that play by Vargas?
Oh, he filled that hole and he lit him up.
That was really nice.
And that is one thing that the coaches have been excited about with him, that the defense is coming way further along than almost anyone has expected. Kobe, I mean, he's been hurt a lot. He's had to take some time off the sport. It's really good to see him playing.
All right, here we go. Second in a bunch. Chopped him down. Is that legal? No, it wasn't legal. I thought they were going to get a chop block there.
An eligible receiver downfield, and it looks like a hold. So 2 penalties on Grove here.
Well, that's the problem with a piped-in scoreboard touchdown chant. The fans here at Grove were smart enough to know not to cheer for that, but the scoreboard went ahead and let us have it.
So yeah, an eligible receiver downfield. It's going to back it up 5.
What about the chop block? Was that not called?
Well,
ineligible receiver.
I guess it wasn't.
The back judge and the side judge both called the same penalty.
Same penalty. All right. So I guess it was clean block.
The block was clean because the block there was clean.
All right, here we go. Oh, that could be an interception. It is.
Trey Tanner with the pick off.
Nice
pick off
play. So the Hornet defense gets off the field. Now, he hit his receiver right in the hands, but he threw a bullet. That was the Shinkinshin, the bullet train, right to the hands, and it deflected. Caught by Trey Tanner. And the Hornet defense with the turnover. So there you go, folks. Let's see. I love to see Osborne here get a possession. Oh, no,
Trey
it's going to be Trey back in.
Field.
Hand out to Bart. No, timeout, penalty, false start.
False start. We
tried to catch him off guard.
The play clock was running out. We had Grove confused. We weren't set.
Yeah, we tried to snap
receiver.
it within about half a second of coming to the line of scrimmage, and that's what cost us. So, 1st and 15. A stiff north breeze has appeared out of nowhere, and the crowd is bundling up. This is really a beautiful facility here in Grove. We're up on top of the press box. I hope you enjoyed the view. Nothing there at all. Vargas is tough. Wouldn't go down. Fought through 2 guys, but there's just nothing there. We're going to have to keep them honest with the passing game. I mean, there's just either that or we're going to lose 4 yards of play. It's going to be one or the other because they are committing everything to stopping the run right now. Very aggressive on the defensive line. And let's see. Looks like Grove has at least stopped playing their quarterback on defense both ways now. So it is about time to see. Trey is in trouble. Makes a good move.
That was smart getting away from where he was. He was in safety territory there.
Yeah. So good ball awareness there. And the Hornets are going to have 3rd and about 20.
3rd and 19 is what they're calling it on the video board. 3rd and 21.
There you go. 3rd and 21.
It's going to be 3rd and 21, balls at their own 5. Not a place you want to be.
No, not ideal. And the Hornets are going to call timeout. Or the official is going to call timeout. What's he want? The Hornet cheer team getting the crowd still fired up.
Penalty is sidelining infraction on Grove.
That will give us 5 yards, so makes it more manageable. I mean, if we convert somehow, then we'll say that was a big play.
Kobe's got a hole.
Room on the edge. Still running, strong run. Going to be 7-8 yards for Vargas.
There's a good tough run by Colby there. It's going to set up a 4th and 8 though. So this is definitely going to be a punt situation.
And I want to see the punt team because we had a block point punt earlier. So I really want to see us see. We're trying to stay out of that formation. We're going to do the short cut punt. But I actually want to see us, run a punt again and give the snapper a little confidence. That was a really nice boot by Trey Tanner.
Oh, and
just out of bounds.
Oh, look at that.
Just out of
took
bounds.
a great
It would
roll.
have been forever. Still a nice punt. Down to the 41-yard line.
41-yard line.
So, I mean,
we have a running clock, so it looks like this is going to roll out the rest of the third quarter.
So it's going to go to the fourth quarter. Grove 42, Veneta 0. We'll be right back.
Custom signs, banners, and vinyl graphics. Be it for your business, sports team, or your next event, Trench Brothers Graphics has you covered. At the end of the third quarter, Ridge Runners 42, Veneta 0.
So we have to talk about something massively important.
Yeah, what's that?
2 big-time college football games for both the major in-state programs this weekend.
Well, I seem to recall the Sooners have the Blue and Maize of Michigan coming to town. Who are the Golden Hurricanes playing?
Tulsa's got. I don't know who Tulsa's got. It's a big matchup. I don't know. Maybe
they got Navy coming to town.
Every matchup with Tulsa is a big matchup, right?
I think it's Tulsa versus the Navy midshipmen.
They're playing against the whole Navy.
We got the Service Academy coming to town. That's a big game. I approve.
Yes, OU Michigan. I will be there.
Really?
I will be there tomorrow. I'm very excited. I'll probably have a cold.
Yeah.
OSU is going to Eugene, Oregon, Autzen Stadium to face the Ducks.
Well, just don't watch out for the onside kicks. That's all I got to say.
I don't think it's going to reach that point.
Oh, man, that was honestly...
New quarterback, River Stovall.
That might be the greatest just absolute ref stealing a game that may have ever happened.
I can't say what I want to say on the air.
Yeah, me either. I censored myself really, really well right there.
I was, what year was that, 05? That was 06. That was 06.
I was a student at OU at the time, so that's what I know.
I was
and it hurt
8.
so bad.
I was 8.
That crushed little Taylor, didn't it?
That crushed me. I was not right for 2 weeks.
Yeah. All right, so the Ridge Runners have the ball at the 48. We got a penalty. Sideline warning. That's 3 against Grove. This side judge has something against the Ridge Runners.
Well, I mean, he did get bickered at for about 10 minutes of actual time right before the half.
Penalty is sideline infraction on Grove.
Why'd they mark off 20 yards for that?
Because it's the second one.
Oh. Wow. So is the Grove coach just giving him an earful? I mean, like, what is going on here? I really don't understand that penalty. It's 42-0, coach. So, just let the man do his job, I guess, right?
I guess. Maybe he's wanting to.
Carried by Sam.
Maybe he's wanting situational play calling. He hasn't had many, second and 24 type situations to call plays in today.
Well, they do have a new quarterback new running back. So we got some young kids playing it out here in the fourth quarter, running clock, 10 minutes to go. That's a false start.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen a six this quarterback's tall. He's a tall guy too. He's probably 6'1", wouldn't you say? 6'2", maybe.
Yeah. Well,
he's handing the sweeps off to a guy that's probably 5'7".
And the snap was high. It was a comical moment for sure.
Procedure by the Ridge Runners.
This is all part of the Grove game plan.
Now I'm just gonna say that kid is not 5'7". But we're going to be kind to him on the give him an inch
shorter?
Or two. Oh, yeah.
That was a no-call false start.
Oh, almost another interception right through the receiver's hands.
Number 31, Colin Richard. Ball's incomplete.
Looks like Caden Smiley had a shot at it. So the Hornets got some young guys in, getting some reps, getting some plays on film so they can learn from. I like it. We're going to need to continue to develop that depth so our guys can be fresh in the fourth quarter.
The punt team's out there, but they don't have a punter.
Here he comes.
Punting for the Ridge Runners.
They have figured it out. There's the snap. Nice snap. Line drive punt gets over our head. It's going to roll, as footballs tend to do.
So back to the OSU Oregon game. Back to that.
Autzen Stadium.
Autzen Stadium, Eugene, Oregon. Did you see what Mike Gundy said?
Well, yeah, I already called you Mike once tonight. So, yes, I did. I didn't say Gundy, I guess. You didn't quite catch that reference. But, yeah, I was teasing you on your
so he was making fun
on your drone comment or whatever.
Phil Knight.
Yes, sir.
Owner of Nike.
That's right.
Contributing to the football team and the uniform combos. Mike Gundy's a funny dude. He's right. What is OSU's football stadium named after? Who is OSU's football stadium named after?
I believe the person that writes the biggest checks. I passed away now, but isn't it Boone Pickens Stadium?
It is T. Boone Pickens Stadium. A billionaire. Similar to Phil Knight.
Sure. Well, the Hornets had to get the right personnel out there. We're going young. You think we're going to give a series to Prater? Think we might see Prater here?
I'd like to see him play.
We have a third-string quarterback's a freshman. What's his first name?
Carter Prater. Yeah,
that's right. Carter Prater. All right, party in the USA. Looks like we got Chris Pesich and Kate Smiley. Prater is in at QB. There's a handoff. That looked almost exactly like the Grove handoff, except for the guy wasn't in motion. High snap, handoff to a shorter ball carrier. Maybe Ty Purcell on the carry, not sure.
What was the number?
I didn't quite catch it.
I think it was Ty Purcell.
Okay, so we have 7:21 to go. 42-0 Ridge Runners.
Is this the drone show?
The helicopter has arrived. There's a handoff. A little bit of space.
That is Ty Purcell with the carry.
Ty Purcell with a nice carry. He hit the hole. Picked up about 4.
Ty Purcell tackled by number 21, Beckham Byers.
3rd and 11. Let's let the kid throw the ball.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's attendance, 983.
All right.
Well, 983 people were here today. I don't think that's right.
Well, maybe they're counting the 100 kids on the Grove football team and the 100.
No, I think there's more than 983 people here. I don't think they're not counting the people that suck in through the fence over there, including me.
You do anything to stick it to the man, and I approve. All right, well, that was another botched center snap. Of course, these are the young kids out there, but it sure gives the coaches plenty to work on this week in practice. They're going to focus on that. Looks like we are going to punt. No, was that?
It was third down. It was 4th and 25.
We're going to punt, and it's good. I want this practice right here, you know? And so here we go. It's going to be a real punt. They get it off. It's high, but not real deep.
And it does not take a good roll.
Didn't take a good bounce for us. We did get it off.
It's going to be Grove ball at Vanitas 34. And for whatever reason, they decided the running clock needed to stop.
Well, maybe the Grove second-string quarterback's dad called up to the press box and said, slow it down here. I don't know.
All right, we're back rolling. We're back rolling with the clock.
Here we go. $42-0 Grove. Grove with the ball. Fourth quarter. Got the young kids out, getting some playing time, trying to get everybody home healthy. Drive home safe and watch out for deer.
That's the Midwest goodbye right there. You know, it's how Midwestern people say they love you.
Well,
watch out for deer at the end. You don't have the emotional capacity to say it.
I'm at least half Midwestern because I tell people that all the time. All right, here we go. 2nd and 6. Man in motion. They're going to hand it to him. Nice blocking.
32 laid a very good block there.
Wow, nice blocking.
Did you see that?
Right there. Good, yeah. It was a good block on the edge by 32.
That 8-yard carry.
First down for the Ridge Runners.
I got to tell you, Trent's Custom Auto is getting their money's worth out of this first down sponsorship.
Well, I heard a rumor that the Ridge Runners production crew could still use a little more money, so my suggestion was to get a second down sponsor to go with the first down sponsor. Nice run by the little guy. And that's a first down. So nice, strong run. Bounced off some Hornets. And
nice tough carry by Sam Perez. Tackled by Trevor McGee of Anita.
we got a Travion sighting, and Travion will hit somebody, so let's see what happens here.
9-yard carry.
I think Chris Pesich is in the game too.
Shout out to the junior class. Those are my guys. So I'll see them in class on Monday. It's good to have something to talk about, some snaps. Good job at the interior of the Hornet defense to stand them up right there. Well done. Strong on the inside right there. Feel like that might have been Jackson Floyd.
All right, we have Robin Monton in the game for the first time.
Robin!
Foreign exchange student.
Wee. Nice keeper by the Ridge Runners. 2:32 to play. They're going to look to put this one in. So, the French exchange student who is a rugby player back in France into the game for the Hornet defense. Looking to make his first career varsity tackle. What number is he, Taylor? 44.
They gave him the Boz number.
Love it. All right. We're down to 2 minutes to play. The ball's on the 1 yard line. Grove's going to try to punch it in. Go hit somebody, young man. Surely a rugby player isn't afraid of contact, right?
Oh, I would say he could.
There's the
he's used to
handoff.
hitting people.
Met him right in the
Have you seen
middle
him? That's
and gave him
funny.
the touchdown. We have to watch that one. We had to watch that one on film to see if he really got in, but it's going to count.
Well, I mean, the French connection did not work on the goal line.
Oh, man. Did I ever tell you about my run-in with the Gare de Lyon when I was in France?
The Gare de Lyon?
The Gare de Lyon, yeah.
Is that the police or is that a garden somewhere?
It translates roughly to Lyon train station, which, ironically enough and really bad for me, is not in Lyon. What were the odds of that?
Well, I just saw first taking a knee on a 2-point conversion.
Well, there you go. I don't know if that's sportsmanship or not, but it is 48-0. The kicker's leg was tired? I don't know.
Probably is.
I would
and
think,
the clock isn't running.
I would just think that you take the knee before you score the touchdown. I actually saw that one, 77-0, Sooners versus Texas A&M. I had to take care of a bug on you, bud.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Well, that's going to do it, I think.
Taylor thought I was throat punching him, but I was just protecting him from the insect horde here at Ridge Runner Stadium.
We got a running clock, 30 seconds left. I don't think they're going to make us do a kickoff.
No,
that's going to do it
They've
tonight.
already lined up at Midville.
In Grove, Oklahoma, Ridge Runner Stadium. Beautiful facility here. It's a mix of old school and new school. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
The final is 48-0. Grove's going to be a problem this year deep into the playoffs. Some stuff that you look at on the surface and you said that was okay, right? Obviously, 48-0. You don't love the outcome, but the process to get here, there are some good takeaways, I think.
Well, the biggest takeaway has got to be turnovers. I mean, like, it didn't allow us to be competitive last week. It didn't allow us to be competitive this week. So, you know, if we're going to turn the ball over 6 or 7 times a game, it's going to be hard to be competitive in these games. The coaches know that. The players know that. They're working their tails off. They're going to do everything they can to fix it. And I expect to see a real good effort from your Hornets next week in Miami. So we're going to go ahead and sign off. Good sportsmanship at midfield like always.
Very exciting. See you next week. Matt Damon, I'm sorry you ran out of time.
See ya. So
that's how Kimmel used to end every single one of his shows.
Yeah, oh yeah, I know. I figured out what was going on with the kneel down on the extra point.
Yeah.
They had the under.
They had the under. They had the under. 49.5.
Yes, they had the under 48.5. Yeah.